What's going on YouTube? It's your boy RonnyPugs back again with another video for you guys. I did mention in my Tobey Maguire MCU video that I dropped previously this week that I would make a follow-up video to that with the story of how the Amazing Spider-Man films almost connected to the MCU, which is exactly what we will be discussing today, as well as my thoughts on how this would have changed the MCU if this happened. So beginning the video, the news discussed comes from an article written in 2012 around the time of the Avengers release, where Latino Review was able to interview Avi Arad and Matt Tolmach, who were both involved with the Amazing Spider-Man. During this interview, they explained how the Oscorp Tower featured in the Amazing Spider-Man was originally supposed to be a part of the New York skyline in Avengers 2012, with it being very close to appearing in the final cut of the film. However, the reason for it not appearing in film isn't because Sony or Marvel were unwilling to reach an agreement with each other, but by the time the Oscorp Tower was officially rendered, the Avengers production team had already finished the digital Manhattan skyline for the film. And I'd say out of all the what ifs or scrapped ideas that I've discussed on this channel, in my opinion this one was the closest to actually happening. Because it's not like either studio flat out said no to the idea. I do believe if Oscorp Tower was rendered before the Avengers Manhattan was finalized, then we would have seen the tower appear in film, thus meaning the Amazing Spider-Man films would have been connected to the MCU. And honestly, I think the tone set for the first Amazing Spider-Man would have fit perfectly within the MCU, and I do believe Marvel and Sony would have worked together to deliver a proper The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with the ideas that Kevin Feige had for the film. Although my biggest question regarding this report is that if Marvel was unable to put Oscorp Tower in the Avengers due to their Manhattan already being finalized, why didn't Sony try and get the Stark Tower in the Amazing Spider-Man? And the only answer that I can come up with regarding that situation is that Sony also had finished their digital skyline as well. And what's interesting to think about regarding this information is that the Amazing Spider-Man would have been the first Phase 2 film of the MCU since it did come out before Iron Man 3. And like I said earlier, I do believe if this happened, then Marvel and Sony would have worked together to deliver a proper The Amazing Spider-Man 2 for us. I don't have a problem with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man like most people do. I for one relate to his Spider-Man the most of all the live action Spider-Men. However, I will say that The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the worst of the Spider-Man films. So let me know what you guys thought of the video, as well as do you think The Amazing Spider-Man 2 would have turned out better if Sony and Marvel worked together on it if this Oscorp Tower scenario came into place? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys again in my next video.